Hey guys, my name is Heath. This is the Groovy Gold Hunter, and I am a pay dirtaholic. I can't control myself. I've got another pay dirt review to do for you guys. This is the second time I've bought this. And I kind of got hooked on this one because, well, let me just show you who it's from. I'm pulling it out as I'm talking to you. This is one of these that I got about a month ago. It's called RJ's Pay Dirt. Really cool bag. But what intrigues me about this pay dirt is the fact that you can possibly get I think it's a 6-gram nugget in this batch that he had done. And yeah, let's roll the intro and I'll explain it. First time that I bought this, which was about a month ago, didn't really read the description really well, and turned out there was only one bag left, which is why I jumped on it. I'm like, ooh, it's his last bag, I'm gonna get it. After I got it and after I read the description, I come to find out that he makes 125 of these batches, and in one of them he will put a big nugget in there. You have a 1 in 125 chance to getting that nugget. I just happened to buy the last bag and I knew I didn't have a chance in hell because somebody already won it, so did the pay dirt, and I thought, well, that was dumb.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
So I thought if I ever see it again, if he does another batch of it, I will get on it before he sells it all out. That's what I did. I bought the same bag that I bought last time, but this is a new batch. The number I got is number 20 of 125. Let's get over here and see if I get that gold nugget that he promises. Let's pan down, and if I can open it. Oh, it's one of those double sealed. Wait a minute. Why can't I open this thing?
I'm an idiot!
Looked at this bag and I don't think that I got the nugget. Matter of fact, I know I didn't because I've been looking in it. And there it is. Ooh, what is that? Boom, look at that. That's cool. So yeah, we're going to classify this stuff. There's all kinds of stuff in here. We'll look at all of it, but that's pretty neat. It's like a black crystal. I've never seen one like that before. Kind of cool. All right, let's classify it. So we won't spend a whole lot of time classifying this. I'm going to start out with the 1/4 inch because there is some really big things in here. I'm sure most of it is crystals and quartz. What is that? That's a trip. What the crap is that? Interesting stuff. Oh man, we'll really look into that. There's the 1/4 inch. That is a lot of 10 mesh. Usually I go from 1/4 inch to 10 mesh, but I do have an 1/8 inch classifier. So I'm gonna see if I can weed some of that smaller stuff out. That is a lot of stuff right there. That's gonna take me a while to go through. But anyway, there's that. Now I'll go to my 10 mesh. This should be a pretty quick pay dirt review too. I think what's going to take me so long is picking out all those gemstones. Let's do one more. We'll do 40 mesh and we'll be done. We're not going to classify it anymore because there's barely enough material to classify. That's all I've got left right there. So that'll be all we do. And then I'll take you over here and we'll look at it again. All right, so here is the pay dirt. Give you a quick look at it. There is the 1/4 inch followed by the 1/8 inch. Then you got my 10 mesh, 20 mesh, and then all that's minus 20. Probably go ahead and start with the small and work my way all the way up. So let's get started on it. Overhead. So we're going to start out with minus 20. We'll do that much just because I don't know how small the gold will be. I went ahead and cheated. I wasn't about to tape me picking through every single piece of that 1/4 inch because there were so many small gemstones and tumbled rocks and stuff like that. I wanted to go ahead and separate it first before I started panning. I think it took me an hour just to separate the 1/8 inch stuff. We also have the 1/4 inch. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely some of the weirdest pay dirt. Not weird in a bad way, it's weird in a good way. That I do have questions about as well, so we'll get into that once we go upstairs, because I want to show you some of the things that I found that I have questions about. Let's tap this back. Oh yeah, I got some gold. Along with some other funky stuff in there, but I see the gold. Let's see if we can separate it now. I'll clean it up here in a minute, but there's some gold right there, about 25 little small flakes of gold. Let's finish this stuff off, and then we'll move on to the 20 mesh. Yeah, for $45, I think the last time I got this, I can't remember, but it was somewhere in the 0.2 of a gram range. Trying to get all those little black funky things that's in the dirt. I don't know what it is, but you'll see it here in a second once I pan this back. There's some flakes in that one too. So yeah, there's some chunks of something. It almost looks like chunks of some kind of black rock or something. I don't know. So there's that amount right there, all that gold right there. A lot of flakes, about another 30 of them. Yeah, I'll suck all this up and then I'll clean it afterwards. And we are done with the minus 20. Moving on. 20 mesh. We'll do it all because it's not a whole lot. Pretty clean stuff as well. Not too much dirt in it. Looks like it's already been pre-washed or concentrated. Alright, that's enough. Let's pan it back. Quick tap. Very strange indeed. There's a piece of gold right there. There's a nice little piece of gold. Let me get all my gold up there and then I'll get all this weird stuff out of there. Oh, I think that's a piece of silver. Yeah, cool. I'll suck that up with the gold, but there it is. Think that's a picker. Yep, got us a small little picker right there. What do we get? 6 pieces and a piece of silver. That's all the 20 mesh. Let's move on to my 10. And I got nothing else to say. Let's move on to my 10 and pause. Not a whole lot of 10 mesh. And probably no gold. I'd be surprised. I do see some peridot in there though. See, I'm getting into all these little peridots and whatnot. So now I'm going to have to sit here and probably pick at it for a minute. Let me try to pan some stuff off. All right, let's speed this one up. We're done with that. There's all the peridot and a couple of garnets. Also a couple of pieces of copper. So I'm gonna let that dry and then we'll look at that stuff later. But yeah, peridot is really hard to see in a green pan. And then here's the rest of it, just leftovers. I did not see any gold, but we'll pan it anyway. I was kind of hoping I would see one piece. Quick pan back. Oh, I think I got a piece of silver. What is that? Yeah, that's a piece of silver. No gold, but piece of silver. I missed that one. All right, cool. So that is all of the 10. Now, this is the 1/8 inch, but before we pan this out, this is all the stuff that I picked out of the 1/8 inch. That is a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of peridot and a lot of garnets. Couple pieces of silver. Silver looks like it's got a little gold on it too. I think one piece of copper, but there's like 6 or 7 faceted gemstones in there, which I'm going to look at, but they're probably not even gemstones. They're probably fake. I don't know. So there's all that. All right, so that's all the 1/8 inch. All right, and here's the rest of the 1/8 inch. Just pan this out real fast. All right, let's go to the 1/4 inch. Okay, we'll just kind of skim through this real quick because we're going to take it upstairs and look at it again anyway. But this, I have no idea what this is. Is it bismuth? See how that makes those weird formations and stuff? It's really cool looking stuff. I just don't know what it is. I mean, look at that. Look how it just makes these symmetrical formations. It's insane. I'm pretty sure that's bismuth, but I didn't know it made multiple colors. Like it's gold and purple and all kinds of weird colors. Very interesting. That's a piece of smoky quartz. That, I don't know what that's called, but I've got a piece of that upstairs along with this as well. I think this is a tumbled version of that, actually. This is the rough and that's the tumbled. Here's some copper nuggets right here. 3 pieces of some copper. Pyrite. You know how I feel about pyrite, not a fan. What is that? I thought that was silver, but oh, that's weird. It's almost spongy. Oh God, we gotta check that out too. There's some silver. Maybe it is just silver. Maybe it's just spongy silver. I'm just gonna dump all this right into there because it's all gemstones for the most part. I don't see any rocks actually. We'll take it upstairs. We'll dry the gold. We'll do all that. We'll look at it once we get upstairs. But there's your pay dirt. Just a different pay dirt. Most of the pay dirt was gemstones. I think probably about 70% of it was like really small gemstones and 30% was just dirt. Let's go upstairs. We'll look at all of it. We'll talk about it up there. Enough of this down here. First thing we'll do is look at the gold. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way. There's the gold. Not a whole lot, but again, I didn't expect much. I bought this to try to get that 6-grammer. I did not. I hope you guys can see that. I know sometimes it can be hard to see that number. Put that on there. We will zero it out. 2/10. No, more than that. 0.337 grams. 0.336 grams is what we're going to call it. All right, guys, so I've got all this other stuff laid out, and I don't know what's what. These are the significant things. I'm going to weigh that. That's silver, and that's copper. Then I got all of these little doohickeys. I don't know what that is. Yeah, here's all the peacock ore right there. That's some strange piece of, it's either a shiny rock or some metal. I'm not 100% sure. Those are definitely pyrite. This thing, I want to say that's bismuth. Whatever it is, it's really cool. Before I get into the other stuff, that's just a super shiny piece of crystal maybe. And then there's another one right there. Or is that them Herkimer diamonds? I don't know. And then there's these. Every single one of these right here are faceted. But the question is, are these even real? I don't see how these three could be rubies. That looks like it's faceted amethyst, and this is as well. These are what, probably faceted crystals, or maybe faceted quartz. That looks like a faceted smoky quartz. But why would you go through all that trouble unless they were just manufactured that way somehow? I don't know. I would like to know more about these, but I'm not an expert in them. They look cool, but yeah, those came in there as well. So I'm going to measure these two and weigh them, and then we'll get a value. I don't know if any of these things have any value. So yeah, that's just all of that. Then there's all of this. I mean, there's a ton of stuff in there. Most of it is peridot and garnets. Just all kinds of different things. I'm just going to do the gold, silver, and the copper. We'll start with the copper because this ain't going to amount to nothing. In copper, we got 7.684 grams of copper. 7 cents. All right, that's crazy. Copper is $4 a pound. Now we'll go to the silver. This is what was crazy. When I weighed the silver, we got 1.000 grams of silver, 92 cents. And now the gold. So the gold, 0.336 grams, and we will call this 24 karat. Gold prices are at $2,392.27. Calculate $25.84. So let's go ahead and put all of these together. So we got $26.83 was the total of all the gold, silver, and copper. Paid $45 for it. Calculate 59%. I would just say all of it together is probably worth about $10-20. I don't know. Let's look at some of these faceted gemstones or faceted pieces of glass. I don't know what they are. All right, guys, so I want to look at a couple things. First thing I want to look at is the gold. I just wanted to double check it. Make sure we do have gold, and we do. All of that is gold, except for that piece right there. What is that? Everything else is gold except for that little black sheep in the middle of my gold family. We'll get that out. Next up is the silver. This is the one I was talking about that felt like a sponge. This thing is so weird. Look at this thing. I can't even get a good view of it, to be honest, because it's so...
It's groovy, baby.
It's just out there. Look at that.
Yeah, baby!
But if you touch it, it almost feels like a soft sponge. Let's zoom in on those. That is such a trip. Look at the ends of it. That stuff is absolutely trippy. And then here's the rest of the silver. Kind of bunch it up together. We'll zoom back out. But see how it has like gold ends to it. See that? Looks like some gold got on the ends of it. Very, very cool stuff. All right, so there's the silver. And then finally these things. Now these things are all the faceted gemstones. First thing I want to look at is this. That is 100% without a doubt opal. That's a rough opal, but that's a freaking opal. Let's get inside it. Look at that. That is cool. Look at those colors. It's little bitty, very small. You can see reds and greens and blues. Probably worth a nickel. It's so little. Now these, I have to zoom out on these. These are these whatevers. I don't even know what they're, these are the faceted gemstones / pieces of glass. I don't know what these are. But there's one right there. Here's one of the red ones. That's why I don't think it's like a ruby or anything like that. I'm wondering what kind of glass this is, or if it's glass, or if they use some other type of stone to make this. I don't know. When you look at it really close, you can see all the scratches and stuff on it. So I mean, I just don't know what they would make this stuff out of. So there's that, and then there's this blue one. Again, no clue. I'm sure they're fake, but there's a bunch of them in here. That could be maybe amethyst. Again, you zoom in on it. That one looks like it broke or something. I'm wondering if it was because of the surface it was on that was causing it to look like that. All right, here's a good shot of it. And then finally, this is one more I wanted to look at. The rest of them are going to be the same. This is the one. It's really a cool color, but yeah, I don't know what that is. If y'all know, let me know in the comments. Let's close it out. I've spent enough time on this. So yeah, guys, that was a lot to look at. His pay dirt is definitely unique. The return on it for it being kind of a novelty pay dirt, is that a good word for it? It's still a pretty decent return. That's better than most, better than Clash. Clash puts kind of the same, not as drastic as that, but he does put crystals and gemstones and stuff like that in his pay dirts. The only issue I have with that, this is coming from a pay dirt perspective. If you're going to put gemstones in a pay dirt or gold pay dirt, my only complaint is the little bitty ones, the ones that take forever to separate. I think it's great for somebody who just wants to play with pay dirt, don't get me wrong, but from just a gold pay dirt standpoint, if you're going to put gemstones in there, put some bigger ones in there that you can just pick out instead of having to tweezer it out and shake it all up. That's just my opinion. Some people might love it. I don't mind it as long as they're big pieces, because when you're panning dirt, you start seeing all these gemstones and stuff that's panning off, then you have to stop, and then you're wanting to pick it all out and stuff. I would just want my stuff to be big enough to where oh cool, that's I could pull that out, I can pull that out. But then when you get to these itty bitty things, I just don't care for that in my pay dirt. If it was a gemstone bag, it's a little bit different. Anyway, that does it for this review. Did not get my 6-gram nugget like I was hoping to, but yeah, that's definitely one I will eventually buy again. Very cheap for what you get. That's, as far as your money value, that's really a great deal. To get, what, 25 bucks worth of gold, paying $45 for this, and then you get all of these gemstones and stuff. It's insane how much stuff you get in it. So yeah, that does it for this pay dirt review of RJ's pay dirt. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. It costs you nothing and it will help my channel out. Also, like button, the share button, notification bell, so every time I put out a new video, you guys will be the first to know about it. If you have any questions or comments, especially if you know what half that stuff I was looking at was, leave them down there. And again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, the share button, and notification bell. Till next time, this is Heath saying peace and love, and I'll see you on my next review. Thank you guys. Bye.